all done your geography lessons on Greyhawk. You have the big, massive map set before you and know exactly where everything is according to points of interest. So you'll all be coming from the city of, what is it called? Verbanach. I believe that's how you say it. And you heard rumors of adventure and stuff like that at the little village of Hommlet, which is about 10-ish miles southeast from Verbanach. Let me see. Yeah, 10-ish says. But
what's the village we're in again?
It's you are heading towards the village of Hommlet.
Gotcha.
It is situated in the central part of the Flanae, that in the portion of Western Oerik, the Oerik continent, which is known and civilized. 10 leagues southeast of the town of Verbanach. So there you go. On the fringe of the territory controlled by the noble lord, the Viscount of Verbanach. And it's at a crossroads, so there's a lot of trade that comes through the village. See, making your way there. It says, your party is now approaching the village of Hommlet. Having ridden up from lands of the wild coast, you are poorly mounted, badly equipped, and have no large sums of cash. In fact, all you have is what you wear and what you ride, plus the few coins that are hidden in purses and pockets. What you do possess in quantity, though, is daring and desire to become wealthy and famous. Thus, your group comes to Hommlet to learn. Is this indeed a place for adventurers to seek their fortunes? You all hope, of course, to gain riches and make names for yourselves. The outcome of this is uncertain, but your skill and daring, along with a good measure of luck, will be the main ingredients of what follows, be it for weal or woe. The small community at the crossroads is a completely unknown quantity. What is there? Who will be encountered? Where should you go? These are your first explorations and encounters, so chance may dictate as much as intelligence. Will outsiders be shunned? Are the reports true? Is the whole community engaged in evil practice? Are the folks here bumpkin, easily duped? Does a curse lay upon those who dare to venture into the land which were once the temples? All of these questions will soon be answered. The dusty, rutted road is lined with closely grown hedges of brambles and shrubs. Here and there it cuts through a copse or crosses a rivulet. To either hand, forest and meadow have given way to field and orchard. A small herd of kine graze nearby, and the distant hill is dotted with the wand-stoned chimneys with thin plumes of blue smoke rising from them. A road angles west into the hill country. To either side of the road, ahead are barns and buildings. Hommlet at last. The adventure begins. All right. So you stand just before the outside of Hommlet. What would you all like to do? Is there anything you want to do before entering the village?
What can we see from where we are?
From where you are, you can see a few farmhouses and barns. It looks further in, you can see maybe a couple of cottages and some large buildings.
We traveled here because we heard a rumor that the village folk here serve evil powers. Is that right?
Yes. There are many rumors that are bouncing about. Some saying that all of them are worshiping evil practice or doing evil things. Some say the residents of the temples are back. But no one really knows where that is, or who or what it is. And others say that it's just a bunch of peasants who can be easily duped and for adventurers to make a large sum of money, selling whatever junk that they can pass off as artifacts from ancient tombs or whatever you can come up with.
Maybe we should go to one of the farms and ask any people we encounter if they've heard anything about the village. They're close by, but not exactly part of it, so maybe they would have heard something.
I have the character names, but I'd also benefit from a once around, who are the characters kind of thing. I assume we've traveled together.
Introduce ourselves, right?
Oh yes. Why don't you all introduce each other? This quiet band of adventuring folk. It was an awkward trip up.
Who are you people?
Wait, they're still here.
They followed me here. What's wrong with them?
Yeah, you guys want to go by
people?
You want to go down the list on Roll20?
That looks good. I could go last.
All right.
Is it the same for everybody?
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it's not.
I'm first on mine.
Yep. No, it should be the same.
Anyone? Oh, so I'm first?
Oh.
Oliver.
Okay. So my character is Oliver Hargreaves. He's a ranger. He's very, very quiet, doesn't share a lot about himself, so you'll might not know this, but he does come from a different kind of life. Came from a lot of wealth. Something happened. Wealth went away. Found himself becoming a ranger. He's older. He's in his mid-40s, and he's really just trying to make a difference with the remaining years he has left.
Nice to meet you, Oliver.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
All right. I am Askinimir, and I'm very uncomfortable with the game telling me I'm 16, so I'm going to round the first digit up.
Yes. 26.
He's a very old 16-year-old.
Puberty hit him hard.
So, I am from Seoul, and I make no secret of my past. For when I came from the island lands of Seoul, I sought the Scarlet Brotherhood. It's true. I once worked for them as a master of the arcane, but I saw great evils there, and I departed and found your company, and now seek riches and peril and secrets and glory to reclaim what was lost. I knew someone, Sul, and now I'm left penniless. I am a sorcerer of Sul.
How do you say your name? Isanamir?
Askinamir!
Iskinamir. Like you skinned a mirror. Okay. Nice to meet you.
Hello, my friends. My name is Bulos Minsif. I come from the lands far east from here. I am a cleric of the great god Anartar. And I probably talk too much. I talk too much.
Do you have a giant?
You're hardly
Face.
saying anything right now.
So he's got, he's fairly short. The horse is completely disproportionate from his size to the horse.
Okay.
He's got a pointed skull cap, wearing studded leather armor. He's got some cloth wrapped around it and a turban that kind of comes from underneath his beard. His beard is the only well-kept thing about him. He's got a flail hanging by his side and has probably talked this entire trip.
Also,
Does he have a
Glenn.
mini giant space hamster?
What'd you say?
I was saying, does he have a miniature giant space hamster as well?
Oh.
No, that'd be good.
I'm Kahir Fali from the clan of Karakast. I'm a warrior and I'm good at intel. My goal is to find treasure and information my clan can use. That's all. He's a regular dwarf, barely over 4 foot. Nothing out of the ordinary, though.
Nice, nice.
Hello, I am Valeria Sunshield. I am a paladin of Mehaine, I believe it's pronounced. And I was raised on a farm. Was abandoned or orphaned from my parents, but I had a low-ranking military officer that raised me on the farm that he inherited. And he trained me to be a knight, to use a sword and a crossbow. And I was able to choose my last name when I was young because I didn't know my last name, and he let me pick it. And so I picked Sunshield because that's the shield that he gave me when I was young. It had a picture of a sun on it, or a symbol of a sun. But yeah.
Nice.
Mission for the truth. You know? Looking for treasure. Oh, yeah. She wants to become a Knight of the Holy Shielding. So, I need money. I need horses. A horse and other things. And I'm a good-looking female, so, you know.
There you go.
Might not be able to tell with all her studded leather armor on, but... I don't know.
I respond to
Watch out.
Oliver. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I respond to Oliver. Should we reveal that we may know their secrets if they indeed serve the temple and it has come again? By approaching one of these farmsteads. What if it is true and they serve the evil master of that place?
I get what you're saying. We could tip them off inadvertently. We don't want to do that. Then maybe we just head to the town and see if we could hear anything at a local tavern.
Tavern sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Unless anybody else has anything, they'd like to do along the way.
I could use a drink.
Sounds good.
My feet are sore and my throat is parched, and we may learn if we but listen. Going to the
Right.
inn?
Yes, let us go there, see what we can hear.
We go to the inn.
You go to the end, to the end. Do. Okay. So Pat, going through, walking down the road, you pass some modest-looking buildings, mostly farms and barns. You pass a building. Oh wait, no, this isn't Warhammer. I was just about to ask if anybody could read signs, but it's okay. They're all symbols. It's okay. You pass a building that looks like to be a money changer. The guard and chainmail that stands next to the door. You can see, yes, a lot of modest little cottages. Some cottages with barns here and there. A mill. You could see the Church of St. Cuthbert. A couple of a walled manor house that you can see. It's completely closed off.
Like closed off, like boarded up, or closed off as in nobody's allowed in there, guarded. And...
Oh, it's like nobody's allowed in there. Like it's like a stone wall with a gate, but the gate's closed. The manor looks nice enough, though. I'm trying to find. All right. Okay. So you guys come to the inn, and it's listed as the Inn of the Welcome Wench.
That's a good title.
See here. Let's see here. All right, so yeah, you come into the inn, and on the first floor, you see that this large place is bright and cheerful. It contains several rough-hewn tables and chairs, boards, and benches. Natural tree trunk pillars support the ceiling overhead, all dark with smoke and age. A motley group of people is here. There are about 8 people sitting around eating, getting something to drink. You can see several barmaids and pot boys circulating, bringing viands and drink.
Shall we
Or
get
fine.
a table next to someone, maybe overhear some conversation?
I like it.
Is there an open table?
Oh yeah, there's several open tables. This place looks to hold maybe
Next to one with lots of people.
with lots of people. Yeah, there's some room. There's like everybody's kind of sparsed about. Some keeping to themselves, others grouped together.
Near the bar is
what-
good too.
Yeah.
You said
Yeah,
there's
that
somebody
makes
serving. Is that right?
Yeah, there's several barmaids and pot boys bringing soup and food. Yes, pot boys. Good old pot boys. You
Pot
always
boys?
need them. Yeah.
Pot boys?
Oh, and I forgot about the sign. When you enter, like, okay, just to let you guys know, that the wooden sign, it's a square wooden sign that shows a buxom and smiling girl holding a flagon of beer.
The Welcome Wench.
This must be the inn of the Welcome Wench. A place renowned for its good food and excellent drink.
This place is so welcoming.
Let's. Let's see. Passing merchants make a point of stopping, as do many other sorts of wayfarers. And it is said that the place is always filled with patrons.
Those are the
There
guys
are,
that we need to talk to.
no,
Yeah.
if you guys, do you guys have any mounts, or did you guys all walk here on foot?
Foot here.
I just kind of
On
assumed
foot.
based on the description, otherwise foot.
Yeah, but
The horse was
I
one of the
seek
few.
to purchase a horse after I procure treasure.
It's always a good thing to try and do. Yeah. It is a 3-story building. And I don't know if the map is on there, but it is on map 3 for the inside of the Welcome Wench.
I got it.
Okay. Just letting you know, I'm having internet issues with my laptop, so I cannot join the Roll20. Let's see. So
Any of
yeah,
those-
inside you see you can see the innkeeper himself bustling about, bringing dirty dishes back to what you assume is the kitchen as he goes back around the bar and through double doors and then comes back out to pick up some more. A pair of serving wenches and a couple of potboy apprentices going back and forth. So yeah, you guys can come get a seat if you'd like. And there's actually a list of items if you want to purchase a meal or two.
I'm famished. Food sounds good. And a drink.
Kay here, remember in these lands, belching is frowned upon.
Thank you, wizard.
He's very wise. That's why he's the wizard.
Yes.
All right. So I would say it's about midday when you guys get here. So you have an option of meals. You got elaborate and plain for breakfast and dinner and supper. You also have a 7-course dinner. And then there are so many different drinks.
Good action.
Can you repeat the options again, good sir?
You got breakfast, dinner, and supper.
Oh, okay.
Plain, elaborate, and 7-course.
How much is the 7-course?
I want the plain. Trying to watch my figure.
The 7-course dinner is 2 gold pieces.
Is that for everybody, or is that just for like one?
It does not specifically say, but I would say it's just for one person. Unless, of
Okay.
course, you share.
Well, then it wouldn't be enough for everybody. I was hoping we could get a big meal because we just landed here, kind of like a good job, everybody. Didn't die on the road.
Yeah. You had a quiet, boring journey on the road. Which... Go ahead.
I was gonna say I won't order food, but I'll order some local ale. They have some.
Do you want ale or special ale?
Ooh, what makes the special ale special?
Well, that's a Hommlet secret.
Reasons?
I've learned in the past to go for the secret one.
Yeah,
The
I'm
special
gonna
one's
go for that.
good thing. I would
Yeah,
like a simple meal and a wine, please.
Okay, so do you want breakfast, dinner, or
Oh.
supper for plain?
Dinner.
Okay, so that would be 5 silver pieces and wine, just local table wine, or
That would be
Kiosh
fine.
Golden, Sundish Lilac.
Just the regular old wine is good.
Okay, that would be 1 EP, which is one. Well, I think that's Electrum.
Yeah, I think that's
Right.
5 silver.
Okay.
Yeah,
Making note. I'll have to do my.
and then the special
Money.
ale is also 1 Electrum piece.
Okay.
There's also
have the same stuff.
branders.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Let me
Uh,
know if you
Also
want
just
anything.
a plain dinner and an ale.
Plain dinner and an ale. Plain dinner is 5 silver pieces, and
Special ale, so 5 for 1 EP.
okay, and yep, that'll cover it. And regular ale is 2 silver.
Alright, thank you.
Ginnemir, would you like anything?
Everybody's ordering from this barmaid, I guess. Is that like somebody's taking an order? Is that how it's kind of working?
Yes. There's like a big buxom barmaid with blonde hair. She has like a couple flagons in one arm, and she says she's just trying to take everybody's orders. She didn't even introduce herself.
I see somebody nearby walk by with like the 7-course meal, and my mouth is open, watering and stuff, and then everybody's ordering like table wine and dirty cup ale and like stale bread here and stuff. And I take out my coin purse, and it clinks slightly, and I draw out 80% of its contents and put like almost all my remaining silver on the table for an ale and a simple meal. And then I close the coin purse, and you can tell there's only like 2 coins left in it. And I say, I think I am in need of some. I need some wages. I have 1 night to spend. Well, actually, probably in the stable. How much is a room?
Oh, a room? Well, you'd have to speak to Osler, my boss, for that. You should be. She starts looking around here somewhere.
You say it's a she?
It is a girl, yes.
What's her name?
Her name is
Oh, I thought you just said
Jessica.
Jessica.
Jessica the barmaid.
Oh, it's one.
And Osler's the
Excuse-
is Osler the boss?
Osler is the boss.
That's who we need to talk to for the room, correct?
Yes,
Bob.
sir. Or well, yes, ma'am. It would be Osler.
Yeah, he's at the bar. I'll go find out for you. I'll go up to Oscar. How much is a room, sir?
Osler looks up. He's like this pudgy little well-rounded man who's kind of balding. He has a dagger in its sheath tied to his belt. And when he looks up and looks at you, he says, "Oh, well, that would be 5 copper pieces for a night."
All right, thank you, sir. I come back to the table and give Isanimir the information. 5 copper pieces a night. Not too bad.
Not too bad. And I like draw out all of my remaining mites from the little tiny copper pennies from the bag. Literally got 2 coins left in the bag.
Oh,
We must seek rumors so we can find treasure.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
I'm not even sure how much money I have right now, but probably not much.
Osler. Well, the barmaid leaves, taking all your orders, and she said it would be a few moments. Osler comes bumbling over, and he says, "Well, I'm happy to see some new faces around here. How was the road? How was your journey?" As he greets you all. "My name is Osler, and I am the owner of this fine establishment."
Hi,
The
Osler.
road was long, uncomfortable, and very boring, which is exactly how I like it.
And one of these just talked the whole time.
My boots
Somebody had to keep us awake.
are now worn thin.
Well, let's see. What's his name? Oscillator. Where can we seek adventurers for hire or something like that? Do you know of any work around here?
Oh, are you looking for work, or are you trying to hire someone for work?
Oh, we're looking for work, sir. I mean, maybe a little bit of both.
Oh, well, usually we have something up on the board over there, and he points far across to the room next to the entrance, and there's like a little, like, community board,
Yes.
and he says, "Well, usually it's just us locals who post stuff. It's usually simple things like helping with this year's harvest or
Hmm.
getting some extra firewood for the winter, but I haven't really paid much attention. Anybody can come and go and post things that they need, and
Well,
um,
might be worth checking out after we have a meal.
oh yes, yes, your
That sound okay?
meals."
Once he's gone, Bolos kind of leans in. My friends, perhaps we should be asking him about these temple rumors.
Mhm.
Or we could talk, or both, to these other travelers. They would also know rumors of this town. Because it is correct, it is not a good idea to be asking the locals about how they may be part of some terrible cult or another.
Yes, good point.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I mean, the other travelers may have heard something themselves, or they may have been here longer. So, I say we go get a word in with them.
Who looks the most drunk? Or maybe we should wait till a little later in the evening before.
Let's have a drink ourselves first.
Yeah, yeah, I guess
That's good.
Just got
Scanning
here.
the room, nobody looks drunk, as it looks like everybody has maybe just water.
Wow.
But
It's only midday. We'll fix that for them later.
Hmm.
But yeah, so everybody's food comes out. It's served on copper plates, pottery, and pewters, according to your orders. Some of you get wooden tankers, some of you get pewter steins. And for anything that's not ale related, you get leather jacks, whether that be water or something else.
Roll for lead poisoning.
Nice.
Bottom ups, boys.
Cheers.
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 Oh, yeah, and these meals look delicious.
Oh, nice.
They have a variety of poached salmon, mutton, choice venison, trout stuffed with specially prepared mid-kidney pie
Wow.
with mushrooms or truffles, stuffed pheasant, boiled crayfish, and drawn butter, squab. And these are just a few of the delights that you see here.
Wow.
I would probably eat anything at this point.
I'm probably just being
Maybe.
paranoid, but this is ominous. There's just something weird about that well of a. I'm just being
Yeah.
paranoid, I think.
They're trying to fatten us up.
Does everybody else's food look good?
Oh yeah, everybody's food looks delicious.
Yeah, let's look. You said there were a couple of merchants that came in from the road. I look for one of them and approach them and say, good evening. Kindly and goodly, sir.
Yes, you see a little old man with a large backpack, and that's sitting next to his table, and he is seated with a young lady.
Does she look
and they
like a traveler as well?
She does look like a
Okay,
traveler. She is in the garb.
Okay. I am Skidamere, and my companions and I have traveled along on the road. Have you?
Greetings.
Ah, yes. What are your names?
I am Alondo the Great.
Orlando the Great.
And this is my traveling apprentice. He leans forward. What was your name again, young lass? She looks
Oh
very
boy, that's-
absurd, and she says, "My name is Serana." Gives him a soft slap across his cheek. You old coot.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Well, I know that the road can draw one's wits down into the cups. So, it is a pleasure to meet you, Alondo the Great. Serana. Forgive your master, please. Do you travel through here often, Serana, and Alondo the Great?
Yes, we travel through here regularly on our route from Verbanach to Greyhawk to sell our goods.
The city of Greyhawk itself you've traveled to.
Yes, I've been to Greyhawk many times. I have many stories to share as I've been across this continent many times over.
Many stories, I seek a story, in fact.
Oh, what would you like to know, young lad?
I am, in fact, a young lad. It's impossible as that is to believe.
16.
It's a skin condition.
I have a health condition. And
It's all
anyways,
those years under the sun.
yeah. I glare at him eagerly as if I, hungrily for this knowledge with my bright violet eyes, and I say, I have heard that it was said that there is an ancient temple nearby this village that was long ago closed in a great battle. Cataclysm once shook these lands. Is that true, or is that just stories on the road?
That battle is far older than what I could tell you, but I would believe so. There is still a temple here, though it has been in shambles.
See. The temple falls under a church. Local lord, who dwells within the old temple?
It was a grim and forbidding place.
Ah. See.
Whereabout is this located? Close to the village?
It's only 6 miles out.
In any direction?
To the east. To the east.
6 miles.
I thank
you
you
tell us-
kindly. Sorry, go ahead.
Can you tell us anything more?
I heard this place was plagued for a time a few years after by a monstrous troll. But it was hunted down by some adventurers unlike yourselves.
Thank you.
There are some who have came and tried to find their own fortune among the evil temple, but they have not returned at all. But
You say-
after a
did you,
time,
you did not mention evil before, I believe.
it's just all part of the rumors. Some cleric built the temple here, then it became a lair of evil men and monsters, but this is all hearsay. I don't really know.
Understood.
But there has been some troubles
Oh,
recently.
Troubles?
Yes, just like before, if the rumors, if you hold any truth to those old rumors, bandits begin to ride the roads again. But not too frequent to upset the Viscount of Verbanach. But they do prey on the good folk of Hommlet from time to time.
speaking of the Viscount, who here is the marcher lord of this village? Or either no lord, we saw a manor on the way in, walls and hedges.
Oh, you're talking about... where's the name of the song? You're talking about the elder, the village elder, his wife, and he has 4 grown sons.
What is this elder's name? I turn to Serana. What is this elder's name?
Serana just is like looking at her master, kind of like concerned. He's like, but she said, as far as I know, he doesn't really have a name. Everybody just calls him the elder.
See, well,
That bothers me a little.
He's
An
some
elder
say
with
he's
no
so
name.
old. Yeah,
So old, huh?
yeah, he's so old that no, he doesn't even remember his own name. So everybody just calls him the elder because he's the oldest person in Hommlet.
That sounds a bit off to me.
He's also the justice of the peace. But we don't stick around here for far too long to learn everybody, but we do know him. There's also a money changer and a shop nearby.
What do you boys think about trying to talk to this elder?
I think it's a good idea. Just to see the reaction would be interesting, kind of in and of itself. Like if the elder's welcoming and eager to answer questions. You know, that could be one thing, but if they're not, give us a clue of what's
I
going
get the
on.
feeling could be an odd encounter.
We do not find work within a day. I will be eating out of the troughs tomorrow.
Yes.
Well, there's that board.
Well, yes, we can check the board, and then we can find the elder, and hopefully, amongst those two things, we can find some way to get compensated.
My
Yeah.
friend, I have one thing to ask you a question about. It is very silly. It is a foolish thing, really. We have heard rumors that the people of this town may be involved in the whatever strange things are going on to these temples. What do you say to such things?
Oh, those are all lies. Don't believe all the rumors. These people were terrorized for years. Heck, they're worshippers of the old way.
Oh.
As he's saying that loud, I'm gonna like. What are the reactions of other people who might be able to hear this? Kind of glancing around.
Some of the other people are just like, just giggling and looking at you guys like, oh yes, we are evil cultists. Like, oh yes,
Okay, good.
that is why our fields are so poor every year.
Good sir, you mentioned the old ways. Are there any druids in the village?
I don't know. That's beyond me. I don't pay attention to all that. But there is a church of St. Cuthbert.
Right. Saint Cuthbert? Cuthbert?
Yes, St. Cuthbert. What a lad. Now that's a story to tell someday.
Perhaps another time.
Oh, yes, perhaps another time. I'll
We sh-
let you laddies go. I better get to bed. We hit the road early tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you, good sir. And company.
Serana just nods as she tries to get Alamando the Great back into his meal. As now you set him off on a rant of the old times. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so there's the message board. You guys can try to the walled manor house.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does that message board say?
The message board, taking a look at it, you see there's some yeah. There are some notices regarding like a festival later on, a couple of pieces of information about people needing some extra farm hands, because apparently this crop looks like this harvest is going to be big.
I've done enough
They'll need
farming
it all
in my
done.
day.
There's also just a small little note regarding about bandits.
The bandits. We should check on about the bandits. Maybe,
Oh, yeah.
we can get hired to assist in the bandit problem. What
Oh.
does it say? Exactly, details.
Exact details. It is a
Okay.
small old parchment. It looks like it's been weathered and worn. Just it's not even very long. It just says, "Need help. Bandits here. Take care of bandits. 50 gold.
50 gold.
Come speak to elder."
Oh, okay. Yeah, elder.
Nice. So just those two notes?
Already on it.
Perfect.
Well, let's go speak to the elder.
Yeah, let's do it.
Where is he? Oh, yeah.
It's at
Where is
the
he?
walled manor house.
All right.
I will be right back. I just gotta run to the restroom, and it looks like they are showing up with the groceries. So let me go do that real quick, and I'll be right
Good
here.
dope. Sure. Mm.
Yeah, this guy ought to give us some info. We'll try to get ourselves out to that certainly not ominous and definitely doesn't have a terrible name temple to look at 6 miles away. That's what it was, right? 6 miles away was one of those temples?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
to
think
the
so.
to
Miles
the
to the
east.
To the east.
Okay,
Kay here, I hear your people live underground. Or is it true? Or do you come from human lands?
Well, we come from underground. There's a castle up top, though. I don't live there, though. I live in the mountainside. Or hill, technically.
In the mountainside. From the Flanae? Farther away.
We're in the Flanae, yes.
I am not from the Yes. I am from faraway lands. We have gods we attend to for whose names you have never heard.
Any idea how far you've traveled?
When I was young, 10 years ago, I traveled far for months. For months upon months I traveled. My mother, the last surviving person from my village, my father died, and I sought wealth. I suppose she has probably long since perished. I found myself among the, what again? The Scarlet Brotherhood. Sure you've heard of them.
A bit.
There I was, they used my services of spellcraft for their wickedness. They worship evil gods. This is good food.
Quite delicious.
You don't work for evil gods anymore, do you?
Bulo shifts uncomfortably.
I work for no god except whatever god of each land that we step into. I try to learn and adhere to whatever gods each land has. Has anyone
Yes,
ever heard of this Saint Cuthbert? Ever heard of this god?
No, me neither.
I've heard of him in my lands, but he is not worshipped there. A good god, a god of goodly folk.
He's not a goodly folk, as you say. Is that what you said? No.
Saint Cuthbert, yes, very good.
Oh, very good. Goodly folk.
The best.
Okay. Good to hear.
Well, good is all good and well, but I wonder if he had the strength to smite what came out of that temple long ago. Was it that god, or did this god come later? Is he a young god?
Cuthbert, no, very old.
Ah,
But this other one, he kind of leans back and rubs his beard. This one, I don't know.
and what about you, Oliver? Where are your people from?
My people. My people, it's hard to say. There's a lot about my past I don't talk about. But I will say that when that man mentioned Greyhawk, you may have noticed I went to the back and put my head in a way where he couldn't see. there's a reason for that, and if we get to know each other better, maybe I'll tell you.
It is right for a man to keep secrets both from other men and the gods.
Yes, you're very wise, very wise.
Yes. The 26-year-old. He's like old. I don't know if I'm going to stick to that. Maybe I need to stop being ridiculous. I did roll up 16 though. That was painful.
It could have been like
I think that'd be
spell went
fun.
wrong.
Just be 16, but act like you're old.
Yeah.
Maybe you got body swapped, or you made a deal with some kind
Yeah,
of
like you're
deity.
aged, but you're really 16 or something.
Is Oliver? Is he from Sewell? He's not from Sewell.
Yeah,
He is from.
that's
Sewell.
what he is from Sewell.
Oh wow. I would
Yeah.
recognize the pale skin and fair hair and everything then probably.
Yeah. I was going with a kind of a little bit of a different backstory. But no, yeah, you would recognize that.
This Church of St. Cuthbert interests me. He's rated to Paylor, and I actually serve the Shield Maiden of Paylor.
Yes, I know of these gods, but they
What-
don't make quite as far out as I am.
What did the people in the inn say about the church? Not much. He just said there is a church. He didn't really. I don't remember him giving any more information. Do y'all?
No, I think you just said it was a church.
I think out of character, I think St. Cuthbert's like one of like the OG deities that from what I read that Gygax was just like, I guess we're gonna need a deity. St. Cuthbert, that's what we'll do. Yeah, that's a good name.
Paylor. Is he a strong god? The Shield Maiden. Is she powerful?
I would say so.
Have you witnessed her power?
Not yet. The only thing is that I feel like I was saved from other ruin by being adopted by my guardian and taught me,
Ah,
the
important.
ways of the night. Yep, fortune. Definitely.
Perhaps if you gave more gold at her shrines, she would reveal and manifest her power to you.
Yes, thank you. I will keep that in mind.
Or you could sacrifice 3 people, I
Sacrifice?
think. 3 people.
Oh, no.
No?
No, I don't think I'll be
I look at everybody else.
sacrificing.
No? No?
Not this one.
Ah,
Yeah, I don't know if sacrifice is the way to go. We're lawful good.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Strictures of these lands I sometimes forget.
I feel you kind of go with the wind, the flow, or wizard
I seek power.
power.
Yes,
Power could be dangerous.
not in my hands, except for my enemies.
Well, perhaps we could be good allies.
Indeed.
I believe in my lands, Pelor we call Al Asran.
Aslan? Is that what you said?
Al Asran.
Oh,
Asran.
not good with the foreign accents.
What is it? You would pick it up. I can't do what you call how you no. It is you do your tongue stupid. A silly thing. My language is the best.
Cheers, man. Cheers.
I'm trying to copy my friend from Iraq. He's this old guy. He's like, he's got to be late 60s. He used to be a captain of a ship, like a merchant ships. And man, you get him on a topic.
That's
My friend in Iraq, it was big, but like just big booming talks with his hand like this.
Yeah.
Love that guy.
Sounds awesome. Oh, I want to pull up my god.
Do you need the stuff for your gold? I can pull that up if you. It's by class.
For me?
Yeah, you said that you didn't.
Well, I know how much gold I had. I just haven't calculated what I've spent so far, and I was planning on buying some more equipment, but I'll just do it later. It's no big deal.
Gotcha.
I just gotta figure it out. That's just something I didn't get to.
For some reason
over
in this
there.
game, wizards have the least gold. I was like, what?
Mhm.
They're like the ones that need it the most.
Yeah.
Here's your
Poor-
book. Here's a
Poor
stick.
little magic
Good luck.
wizards.
That's exactly. I don't even know that it told me I have a book. It's just in the. There's a big like long page and a half about it. Can be a group of scrolls. It can be a book or whatever. But and then I bought a chest so that so Glenn doesn't end up getting it wet somehow, and I lose it. If you lose your spell book, you're done. That's it.
Perhaps you don't get much gold because you don't commit to a god. So you just remain poor. You don't get the blessings.
Yes, perhaps you're
Could
right.
be wrong. I don't know everything.
We've been on the road for some time. Perhaps I can find a powerful god that could act as my patron.
Hmm.
And then, under its tutelage, I would grow in power again.
What was that?
Mahine is a demigod of protection, justice, and valor. I think Mahine has something to prove.
Yeah, if you were looking for a good god, Alakbar the best.
But is Alakbar in these lands?
No, I am what you call dignitary. I am not at home. What is best?
Do any of you know where Mount Celestia is?
No.
I heard that's where my god dwells.
I have never been to those lands. Or heard of them.
Yes, that is where El Akbar lives.
It might
well.
be on another plane of existence. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a plane. Yeah, it's far away, very far away.
If the earth underneath me and the unseen spirits of fortune that are unnamed will serve me, perhaps I will not need to follow any god. And I can simply pay tribute to the gods of each place by which we travel by. Though, it sounds as if this temple is a place of great peril. May prove one of the great battles of our lives. We would be fortunate to survive.
Yes. What kind of magic can you do, wizard?
I can command elements and even peer into the minds and souls of others. I wrote down. Sorry, go ahead.
When did you first learn these powers or these magic?
I cannot remember the name of the island, so I'll just call them. In the island countries of Sul, frozen isles, as a young lad, I watched, learned. My parents, my family were poor farmers and serfs. But I came under the patronage of a wealthy lord of Seoul, dabbled in dark sorcery. The gods of Seoul are cruel and capricious, uncaring. They're very powerful and worth following, serving and giving gold unto. And so I grew in power under the frozen, icy steel skies of Seoul. Till misfortune struck. My father was slain. My mother had to work the fields alone. So I took to the greater lands beyond the islands to gain my fortune and power so that I could come back and help my mother. But I never saw her again.
Sorry to hear that, wizard. You've lived a strange life.
Oh. Sorry. Oh no, I hated my mother. It's cruel, merciless wench. It was good that she perished.
At least you know who your mother is, dear wizard. I have no idea who my parents are, what their name is, anything. I was just abandoned. I don't, they could have died, imprisoned. I'd have no idea.
Maybe they're still out there. They're looking for
True.
you.
True.
It does seem that the stars that were in the sky when you were born placed a curse on you. Be born so, not even know your parents.
Well, I was taken care of.
Sometimes it's best one doesn't know their parents.
Perhaps.
Saves you from becoming them.
I like to think that they were good people. I feel it in my heart.
And so it is.
Belos is just kind of like slowly sipping his drink, thinking about how awesome his upbringing was.
He's like, these people were so uncivilized. We didn't even know their parents and all this crazy stuff. And you're like, I still know my parents. I don't know. I have like family. What is wrong with you people?
Different strokes for different folk, they say.
What sort of saying is that?
I don't know.
By what lands does
It's an
that
odd
say?
one, I'm sure. I don't know. I've heard of all kinds of stuff.
Ah, yes,
Living on a
actually.
farm.
No, I have heard this saying. I heard it in the slave pits. There were different strokes to different folks. Yes, it's you have to. They punished people in those lands.
You hit it this way. You hit it this way.
Yes.
It's a very negative way of looking at it, wizard.
I agree. No. It's a foolish saying, I think.
Perhaps.
Now, I think it was Valeria. You said you had
Yes.
an ill feeling about this elder, who is only called elder. What is revealed to you?
I just think it's odd he has no name. That's all. But, I don't know. Just a hunch.
You say it
Nothing-
is at least good for
not-
someone to have been bestowed parents, but to not be bestowed a name is truly a cursed thing. To lose your name.
My guardian allowed me to choose my name, dear wizard.
I remember
Am
that.
Sunshield.
Yes. If a power can bestow such a mighty name as yours, imagine a power which can snatch a name from a man. We'll have to be careful around him. I would not want my name snatched.
You say odd things, wizard. but I appreciate it.
Glenn might be gone for a while. I will stop role playing and making everyone uncomfortable with my insane wizard.
I know, it's fine.
No, it's good.
10 out of 10.
You need to get into character, you know.
I like when I think
We're just hanging out, getting to know each other, you know.
The talking of backstories and stuff, it's got me looking over the Black Loonish area, and it's Greyhawk is really thought out.
yeah.
There's so much lore here.
Like, yeah, it's very rich, and like I barely got anything from it, and I feel like my character's just got a lot of story already, and I didn't even try. You know what I mean? Like,
My favorite kind of like sorcerer type of characters are from this story. The it won't show up. The Last Incantation by Clark Ashton Smith.
Ooh.
Cool.
And he's a weird boy, and I like it. It's also the character I modeled Ulman Dark off of. I was like, this is Ulman Dark.
What was that author?
Clark Ashton Smith.
He's really good if you like Lovecraft. I got to read more of him. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Who's
There's
the other one? Jack Vance. Jack Vance is another good
yeah.
one, right? That has the weird kind of like interesting magic and.
Yeah, Jack Vance, Gene Wolfe also is
Gene Wolfe is amazing.
Like a really weird. It's always like really weird magic. I haven't been able to read. Oh man, I've been just busy. Like I barely eked out that blog post. And I like blog posts for me is when something like just bothers me so much and I can't stand it and I have to get it out. And eventually that was the case because people kept asking about Classic Traveler, and I was like, I got this bugaboo about like, okay, this does not need to be this hard, and this does not. People should not have to go through groups of like. I really appreciate you guys like hanging in there until like month 4, because the story I told somebody today, the story of that blog post was by month 4 was when I had actually completed the stuff that I mentioned in the post. So like I had read Winds of Gath by month 4 or 5 or so, Space Viking, and I had started doing other things. And then we had that talk around month 4 or so, like, hey, let's change this up. This is not working. And then after that, I had a great time. You know, it wasn't. So anyways, like there's just so many people that look at that game, they're like, I can't do this. I can't do this game. And I hate that. So I was like, no. And it got stuck in my craw, and eventually I had to hammer that out. But I barely have time anymore. I wish I had time to do more game recordings. I want to do, I wanted to do sci-fi stuff like Star Frontiers. I got Metamorphosis Alpha in. We didn't. There's a bunch of stuff we didn't get to. But let's see. And then I've been trying to memorize this airplane, so I don't ever have any time to read.
You do a lot, Ross, too. With
Me neither. Yeah, it seems like you do plenty, man. Don't worry about it.
Always running games and
Well,
writing and podcasts.
I appreciate that. The funny thing, thank you. But the funny thing is, all of that stuff is just on autopilot. I don't prep for our Traveler game. I don't do any prep. But that's the beauty of that Joel Hines zine. Like
So good.
You don't have to. Like it's just it takes care of it for you. It's amazing. And
That's cool.
yeah, I don't do any prep. I write the character names down. That's what I do as a referee. And then the same goes in Otherworld. I don't prep anymore. I prep the world. I'm done. I don't do anything else. And I write your names down, the in-world weather and in-world date, and that's it. And then you guys drive the game. I don't do anything.
Yeah.
So, and then with this, I've
a
set it
good
up where it
time.
just records. Yeah. So, I haven't prepped games. I did a lot of prep for Traveler when we were playing it, especially the modules that we played. Those were way too much work. And I just relearned that lesson again about running linear modules and trying to make them work. I used to prep so much. I used to prep like
Yeah, that's what I'm like. It's hard to understand. I'm getting it now, though.
it's just I'd say it's the difference between a role-playing game and an adventure game. An adventure game, the referee is only a referee. You're there to adjudicate what's happening. You're not there to convey or entertain or do any of that. But a role-playing game is hard, because you have to host and try to entertain and try to pace and try to move the spotlight around, and very hard.
My experience has been I kind of was new at this, and I kind of had to work backwards. So, but now that we've done it, and it's this, the world and the setting has been building itself, and it's finally gotten to that point where I feel like it'll work.
Yeah.
But it was just hard working backwards because I didn't know a lot of things. I wish I could just erase it and start over, and it would be like a lot better. But
I've had that experience.
It's cool though.
Yeah. I definitely feel that way about the first 3 or 4 months of the Traveler campaign, where there were just huge, there were multiple things, especially the first month or 2. There were things that I was like, man, why did I do it this way? And that's true also the Old School Essentials campaign, which is the next blog post I'm working on, where I had this idea of how a big OSR campaign would work. And it was fun, and I liked it, and I loved the players, and I liked the story, but it was not like an adventure game. It was not. It was. It had a story and pacing and characters, and took a lot of work. And we played that for 14 months. Old School Essentials. I learned a lot from that campaign. But that was Steve was in that one.
Okay, yeah, that's the one you're talking about. Yeah.
How many people were in that campaign?
There were, and that's also another thing that happened is in the beginning we had a huge turnover. Like everything about that game had to be re-engineered by the halfway mark because of different things, and it was just all because of bad designs on my part and mistakes I made. Seriously.
Is that the one you did with the Black Worm of Brandonsford?
Yeah.
Because I'm about to run that with mine, and I'm so excited we finally got to it because I wanted to do it so bad.
Yeah, it's so great. I love that module so much. It's a really ideal adventure module for the modern OSR. Like if you run it in a modern OSR way, it works really well.
Yeah, that's what it'll be.
If you're there to kill the dragon and take the goblin stuff and try to beat the ghosts, then
they might do that actually.
Well, they might be dead then.
They're pretty good. They're pretty good.
Unless
there's no levels in Cairn, so it's
Yeah.
I've had one moment where I thought I might kill a character, and I didn't let it happen because I just wasn't sure I was doing something right, and I kind of wish I would have not done that. But anyway,
yeah,
they've done well. I mean, but it's pretty, it's easy to get out of trouble with Cairn because you can always kind of run away, or they haven't had to though.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey, there's just a little bit extra stuff that I had to help her do. So.
Hey man, no problem. We were just hanging out. We role played for a little bit, and then we just went back to normal.
I just started complaining after that. I basically was role playing as a insane person, and then I was an actual insane person. And now welcome back.
Were you rambling about your first combat phase of BattleTech?
I didn't.
You didn't mention BattleTech yet.
I'm glad you didn't bring that up before, because I definitely would have been rambling about that.
I've watched people play it. It looks cool, but yeah, that's a conversation for a different time. That would take up.
Have any of y'all done any kind of Western kind of role-playing games?
So that's another thing that's going to come up. We're going to do Boot Hill.
I'm interested in that, dude.
Yeah,
what is it called?
Hill?
Boot Hill, yeah, it's like the
Oh, that would be fun.
yeah, it's the
I'll write that
original
down.
kind of Western role-playing game.
I'd be so into that, I think.
We can be cowboys.
Yeah.
I
Oh
played
no.
Frontier
Because
Scum.
I've always thought like spaghetti westerns, especially some of the weirder ones, are fantasy films. You know, it's just a fantasy taking place in the old West time setting, you know?
Yeah.
Because there's crazy, unrealistic things that happen, you know?
There was this one really good spaghetti. Well, okay, it's under the genre of spaghetti western, but it's like a Japanese or Korean film
Hmm.
where it's a
Yeah.
post-apocalyptic thing where this dude he's tasked, mainly ordered to go get this like leader's daughter back within 3 days. And if he doesn't do it within 3 days, then this like implanted explosive that they put in his neck is going to explode.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a crazy one.
Andrew,
Yeah, there's
what
some
were we gonna
weird
say?
ones out there.
Oh, I was just saying that I played a bunch of Frontier Scum.
Frontier
with the
Scum?
lady. Yes. Yeah. Frontier Scum. It's like a Western version of Mork Borg.
Wow. I've never
heard
It's
of
it's
it.
great. They actually just did a re-release of it. I think it just came out a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
But yeah,
Really?
it's
Okay.
It's a lot of fun.
Has anybody sold their kidneys for a truth-telling cube?
Maybe.
All right, Dungeon Master. Give
Okay.
me my
Back
fantasy
to
game.
Greyhawk.
Back to this
What?
spaghetti western. Okay, so we were going to the manor, is that right?
Yeah, we want to see the Elder.
The Elder.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was on the job board too, right? To visit the Elder.
Yes.
Perfect.
It's about the bandits.
So, walking out of the Welcome Wench and down towards the walled manor house. This place has an 8-foot-high stone wall and a heavy gate. It is obviously the residence of some well-to-do folk, and easily defensible in times of trouble. This is the home of the village elder, and as you've gleaned from listening here and there, his wife and their 4 grown sons. And 2 of the sons are married, and their wives and 3 children live here also. The elder is a retired farmer, and his sons now care for the fields and livestock. All of his sons have horses and are very proud of their status. 2 servant girls and a hired farmhand are quartered in the stable loft. All of the inhabitants are of the old faith. The 4 sons and the hired hand are members of the militia. In the event of attack, villagers nearby seek safety in this compound. The elder is quite wise and greatly respected. He heads a council whose other members, well, you'll meet them later. They are senior members of the village. And the gate is locked, but you see one of the sons standing outside. He's tending to a small field next to the house. And 3 children are running around playing. Looks like maybe some kind of tag with a stick.
Well, what do you think? We should probably go talk to that guy.
Sounds like a good idea. Yeah. The guy outside.
He's within the walled compound, and the
Oh.
gate is locked.
Oh, sorry. I thought he was outside.
No, everything is. Most of the things are within the walls, except for a large field that you
Is there a
kind of make out around back.
Is there any kind of like mechanism on the gate to, knock on it or ring a bell or?
Cooper, I'm gonna mute you just for a little bit there.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Yep.
Go ahead. Sorry.
There is just the gate, and It looks like it's locked. Oh, I don't know.
Where we can see through the gate, right?
Yeah, you can see through the
Okay.
gate. That's what I was trying to make. It's like
My
a bar,
friends,
like a bar
Okay,
gate.
maybe we should just kind of holler at the guy we see and just say, hello, good sir. Excuse us.
Oh.
We're here to talk to the elder about the bandits.
You get his attention, and he looks kind of tall, a young, tall man. Says, "You're here for Pa?"
I suppose so. Is the elder your pa?
Well, yeah, wouldn't be doing his field if he wasn't.
So you don't like farmer? I grew up on a farm. It's hard work, I know.
And I want to go to the city of Greyhawk one of these days. Or even Verbanach.
Is there any way we could speak to your pa?
You really want to talk to Pa?
Well, yes. I mean, we're looking to maybe be hired to help with the bandits, or we're also looking for other opportunities for treasure hunting, or...
Oh, you're one of them types. And he looks at all of you. Says, "Yep, I see it now."
What?
decked out in armor and weapons.
A skinny, young, old guy. You can't lift more than 10 pounds. Yeah,
It's true.
it's true. He looks like that one nerd you would bully in high school.
Now look
That one
here,
that's
young child. We must speak with this Pa at once.
All right, I'll bring him out, but I can't let you in. You're outsiders.
Very well. We will wait.
All right. Kind of dusts himself off and starts heading to the house. If you're looking for extra work, there's no treasure, but you can always do the fields around town. There's probably a couple gold pieces in it come harvest season.
Well, sir, some of us are trained in how to use weapons. We're looking for something a little more adventurous.
Yeah, well, me and my brothers are trained in weapons and all that.
Yeah.
But still, you gotta do the work.
I'm
or
trying
else
to
the
get
village will starve.
I'm
He
trying to
just
get
leaves
away.
as you
Get-
talk.
He just leaves.
He just
All
leaves.
right.
He just opens the door and slams it behind him, and time
don't
goes
thi-
by, maybe a few minutes.
She says, "I don't think he really likes working on the farm."
I don't think he likes us.
Yeah. He's probably jealous.
That's what it is.
Ow! Hold on. Donks
The dogs are running around the farm.
and good old dogs.
Random encounter.
Random encounter. 5 vicious dogs.
So,
5 flying vampiric dogs. A couple minutes go by, and the young man that you saw in the field comes out holding the hand, and he has his arm around this thin, small, frail old man as he leads him down the steps and out to the gate. Like, this man looks smaller and thinner and maybe even more frailer than Skinamir. And he's pretty wrinkled. He looks to be well past his prime. You can't even see his eyes through the wrinkles. It's this long white hair. It's just, "Oh, Gerald here says you're looking for work."
Yes, we saw a post about a bandit problem you might be dealing with.
Speak up, Sonny. I can't hear you. Some of us
The
have
ba-
hard of hearing.
The bandits, sir. Do you need help with the bandits?
Oh, yes, the bandits. Yes. The bandits. Yeah, I remember them. They came around here just a few years ago, and they were awful. And
A few years ago.
oh yes, them and those little dog-like figures, and there was a troll here too.
Mm,
Oh yeah, we heard about the troll,
troll, yeah.
where the temple was, right?
Speak up, Sonny.
Excuse me, the troll was where the temple is, right?
East
Oh
of town?
yes, that temple. Yes. Oh, that was such a dark time for our village.
But things are better now.
Are they? There's
I-
trolls and villages and temples of evil and wizards. There's wizards in town. You can't trust them wizards and the new faith people. Those Cuthberts and their mysterious church. I remember there was a church just east of here outside of town. All well and good until they did something there, and evil. There was evil.
Is
But the
that
bandits,
church still there now?
I don't know. I don't go out. We villagers stick to ourselves. If we get attacked, we all run here.
Now
There's some
look,
people in the tower.
old man. Who stole your name?
My name. My name. What is my name? And he looks off to the sky. Oh yes, the bandits. North of here. They keep riding through that road, taking merchants' goods and taxing the roads.
This man is a
You get
fool.
rid of them.
This man.
It is no
Well,
wonder that these lands are beset with bandits.
Yeah.
I think Kahir is still muted.
Oh,
Hmm.
gosh. Oh, no. It's okay.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, though.
You say the bandits are on the
Whoa.
North Road, is that what you said?
That's where they were saw last, just a few days ago.
Do you know whereabouts they might be camping or where they congregate?
If I knew where they were congregating, I would have went out there and taken care of them myself. It's a
You
night,
would.
know.
So do you need it? Do you need us to find the camp?
Need you to find the camp, take care of them bandits. There's 50 silver pieces in it for you. And the son looks forward and he said 50 gold pieces. Oh yes, 50 gold pieces. 50 gold pieces.
Gold pieces seems a little more reasonable.
You know
Oh
how
yes, you take care of the bandits and you give your 50 coppers away.
Gold. Gold.
Oh yes, gold.
We want gold, sir.
Or platinum. Either is fine.
Platinum.
Platinum's
What's
good.
platinum?
Gold is fine.
It's
Gold,
silvery gold.
There ain't no silver or gold around these parts except for the metal. Now that's gold. A good sword arm is worth weight in gold. Yeah. Daryl just looks and he says, "Well, that's okay, Paul. Let's get you back in. I'll fill him in on the details as best as I can." He kind of gives you all a look and just shrugs.
Thank you,
Discouraged old Paul.
Thank you, Elder.
Yes, the elder. He was a good guy. He was a baker. Oh, I remember them cookies, bread. Wonder if they still make them. And Gerald just kind of leads him back into the house. Takes him a few more minutes, and then he comes back out, just rubbing his temples. Like, yeah. Well, you met Paul.
Well, appreciate you introducing him to us.
Why have you not given this paw his axe so that he may travel out into the frozen wastes and find his final doom in dignity?
Wizard, they're not gonna know what you're talking about.
Oh, I see. Well, we don't practice that around here. You work a life of hard work and you get to rest easy on your haunch.
This is why you have bandits and evil temples of doom!
He has a point.
Well, that's why we have adventuring folks like you.
Well, speaking of, what do y'all think we should do, party?
Let's go at once. We need coin.
Well, should we seek the bandits or should we seek the temple?
The bandits, for there is at least the promise of coin.
So we should just take
Yeah.
the north road and, maybe we will get jumped.
Well,
Do we have a ranger in the party?
We do.
of the gnarly forest?
You do scouting and ahead or something, right?
Yes.
That could be
we-
good.
There's a few things like awareness on a roll of 1, tracking. So rangers can identify and follow tracks. So at level 1, I have a 20% chance of success.
Which I believe is a 1 or 2 on a D6. I believe
Well,
everything you have to roll low on. So if for
think
all
it's,
those checks.
Would
How
that
much?
be it'd be a 1 on a D5?
Oh yeah.
I have a D5 for DCC.
DCC dice.
Knew these would come in handy one day.
Yeah.
Well,
Zoichi dice.
how much daylight do we still have?
It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
Gerald kind of says, yeah, the last report was just due north about 4, maybe a 10-day ago. It's hard to track time around here when you got all this going on. So he got that right.
I'll pull my shield out, put it over my shoulder, held my shield, and say, I'm ready. Or, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I don't know her voice yet.
I prepared a charm person, by the way, just to announce that. So
Say that again, wizard.
that,
You prepared
I
some magic?
yes, I can. If we can get close enough and begin a conversation, I might be able to end this so that we can slay our enemies.
While
I
they
could,
sleep.
Okay. I'm a
I'll
little nervous about that, but okay.
Hey, if it works. I'll scout ahead just to see if I could find anything, and then come back. So I'll go a little bit ahead. And
To the north.
so should I do
Um,
my tracking roll now?
All right. If you want to, I was just gonna say, is there any last minute things here in the town that you guys want to grab? There's like a little shop of goods. There's money changer. There's the inn. And the last place of interest, I would say, is this tower that you see just a little ways off the town.
Did you say a tower?
A tower, a stone tower. It is a tower. Level H to survive it.
Wonder if we should hire some, get some hirelings to go with us.
That's a
I don't
good
have any
idea.
money.
Coin for it?
Yeah, I don't have much money.
I
either.
don't know how much money I have.
You know what?
It's probably not much.
Probably too broke to get hirelings.
Is any of you have a good stash of coin?
I thought I did, but I think actually that I have to give away a chunk of it.
Oh, you have to donate?
Yeah.
I wonder if I have to do that.
I'll have to head off like in 30 minutes too. Time.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I was gonna just end it here in a second. I know. Sorry about the whole thing, but back next Saturday we'll have a full session without interruption.
No
Grandma.
worries, man.
But so next session, we'll just pick right up where we left off. Because everybody's kind of broke. No one can really afford to get anything, and I don't want to see Skidamir the Great just die of dysentery before his adventuring career has even started.
I mean,
From sleeping in
I,
the
I
stable.
do, because I think that sounds hilarious, and I have a better backup character, but anyways.
We should